We got some breaking news, champs, and the unthinkable just happened. Ryan Garcia calls out Terence Bud Crawford, and not only that, he insults him. I did not even know these guys had beef. Shoot, they're not even in the same weight class. So Ryan Garcia has some choice words and a stern message for Terence Crawford. What I have noticed, not a lot of people do call out Terence Crawford. Well, Teofimo Lopez and Jerome Boots Ennis, but it seems that Errol Spence doesn't even want the smoke anymore. But who knows, maybe Ryan Garcia wants payback because of Errol Spence now that they are in the same team together. And this is the topic that we will be talking about next. But before we get into that, if you guys are not subscribed, please punch and knock out that subscription button. That way you'll never see it again. And ding that notification bell. That way you'll never miss any of my new boxing videos. Alright guys, let's get to the round. Ding, ding. Okay champs, let's get started. And also, my new co-host, Northpot377, has a lot of stuff to say about this too. Now, Ryan Garcia is a recent member to Errol Spence's team. He joined their team maybe like a year ago. He made the switch after his defeat against Gervonta Tank Davis. And his last trainer was with Joe Goosen. That's the guy that led him to defeat. But I do not believe that's the reason that Ryan Garcia left Joe Goosen, and it looked like he tried to leave Golden Boy as well, as they were both in bad terms. And it seems that there was bad blood because Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and Joe Goosen, all three of them did not make it to the Tank Davis press conference. And the only people that actually showed up was Ryan Garcia's immediate family and God. And I believe that is the reason that Ryan Garcia switched trainers and made the switch to go with Derrick James and Errol Spence's team. And Ryan Garcia already had one fight against Duarte with Derrick James. He did win that fight by knockout, but it looked like he still needed some stuff to work on with Derrick James. As we all know, every time a fighter gets a new trainer, it always takes 1 or 2 fights for them to start clicking. But it did seem that Ryan Garcia did not look that comfortable in the ring against Duarte, but because he started doing that California roll. I remember everybody was kind of clowning Ryan Garcia because of that, and they had a lot of different names for that role. Ryan Garcia was getting it from all sides, no Diddy. But nonetheless, that's the only reason that I could think of that Ryan Garcia wants to beat up Terence Crawford, because Terence beat up Errol Spence, his teammate. But other than that, I did not even know these guys had beef. They're not even in the same weight class. And this is the first time I heard Ryan Garcia talk ish about Terence Crawford. And I never heard Terence Crawford talk ish about Ryan Garcia, so this is a first. And I would have never thought this would have happened because they are not in the same weight class, even though I think Ryan Garcia can make 147 comfortably, maybe even 154 in time. As when Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney do a face-off, Ryan Garcia looks a bit bigger than Devin Haney. And I always thought Devin Haney could make 147 comfortably. And this is what Ryan Garcia posted. I respect Terence Crawford and what he has reached, no Diddy. And I want to kick his ASS just cuss. And finishes off, let's effing go, you little B word. Now this just barely happened, and I expect Terence Crawford to make an announcement tomorrow. But who knows, Terence Crawford is kind of a hothead. He might be making one already and releasing one tonight. And we all know Crawford ain't gonna hold his tongue. He's gonna go all in. Now, Terence Crawford stated that he's at his tail end of his career and he only wants big money fights. Now, this will be a big, huge fight and a money fight for Terence Crawford. Only if Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney, and that's easier said than done. That's a very tall task. And he doesn't even have to beat Devin Haney. All he has to do is look good against Devin Haney, and the fight will still be big. But if Devin Haney beats him and embarrasses him, I do not think the fight's going to be big anymore. because this will be the second biggest fight that Ryan Garcia would have lost, and Ryan Garcia has not been a champion yet. But all of this could just be for clout, because as we all know, Ryan Garcia has his upcoming fight against Devin Haney next Saturday. And fighters are always known to call out other fighters a little bit before their fight comes up. For example, arguably one of the faces of boxing, Tank Davis, he's always complaining that every time Devin Haney has a fight, he's always using Tank Davis' name. But I do not believe this fight is realistic at the moment, because Terence Crawford stated that he wants to go up to 154 and Ryan Garcia fights at 140. So if the fight does take place, it probably will have to be at 147. But it will be a big money fight for Terence Crawford, and that's what he wants. Now, if Ryan Garcia only fights a little bit better than he did against Oscar Duarte, he has no chance against Terence Crawford. Now we are just waiting to see how Ryan Garcia looks against Devin Haney this upcoming Saturday. If he upsets Devin Haney, which most people think Devin Haney's gonna outbox Ryan, then the fight with Terence Crawford could be a big fight. But Ryan Garcia has a mean left hook and he can knock out anybody. Now these guys are 3-3 in the amateurs, and they know each other very well. That's what makes this fight very interesting. Now Mr. Northpaw 377 has his 2 cents now.
Northpaw 377 back at it again and taking over the boxing world. Let's get to business. Ryan Garcia needs to beat Devin Haney first, which I doubt he beats Devin Haney. I do see him having good moments, but I see Devin Haney frustrating Ryan Garcia and winning a unanimous decision. The only way I see Ryan winning is if he lands a lucky shot, but it has to be lucky. Similar to how Rolly Romero loses just 2 lucky shots. Now if Ryan Garcia and Terence Crawford do fight, I don't think Ryan Garcia can beat Terence Crawford, not even with a lucky punch. I don't think Ryan Garcia watched the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. I see Terence Crawford embarrassing Ryan Garcia and knocking him out early. Northpaw has spoken. Now back to Maddie.
Thanks Northpaw for not showing up late, and you do know your boxing, and I really don't care how much people talk ish behind your back. You're okay with me. Even though I am going for Ryan Garcia and you are going for Devin Haney, and that bet we made is still on. The loser will have to be either P. Diddy or Goofy for Halloween this year. If you guys like the show, subscribe, like the video, share the video, and that's it for me, champs. I gotta roll.